Hi, John here, Auckland, New Zealand. It's Monday, the 18th of November 2013. Recapping on where we are at with the private prosecution cases against John Key, Prime Minister of New Zealand, and Douglas Rickard Bell, property developer, and land transactions, illegal transactions. So those are the two persons, corporations, that we are asking the police district commander, superintendent Mike Clement, to sit down with us and go over what we're about to do. We're asking for the police assistance to arrest two alleged, accused, criminal fraudsters. We've got a whole string of them ready for prosecution outside the courts. We're going directly to the High Court of Admiralty, Chancery, Queen's Bench, criminal, court judge, and the commercial contract court judge, merchant banking court judge, and the civil court judge, high court judge, Judge David Lindsay Mackey. Okay, so we've got that in place. At least we have gone straight past the registrar on the front desk and the marshal, straight to the judge. So this is how important we are acting here on behalf of the King of the Sea. Okay, in Admiralty law, martial law, court-martial cases with the the legal, authenticated, official documents of title here with the Moai Crown Confederation. Okay, so those are commercial issues underneath the 1835 Moai HAPU Declaration of Independence, flag sovereign jurisdiction of King William IV. Partnership, commercial, trading, bank, contract, partnership. Straight to Britain, straight to us, the native indigenous people, with a surname indigenous, not a surname of origins English. And they're the only ones we deal with here on these lands, nobody else, just Britain. So Britain is obligated under that contract, commercial contract agreement with the King. As it stands, the King is the Admiral law. They have an obligation to assist us in times of threats against our nation state. Okay, we're still a nation state of Moai sovereign people in the commercial world. So we have every right to request the assistance of the New Zealand military defence force if all else fails with the police. I've tried 4 times to contact Mike Clement. I've written to him an official letterhead sealed by the King, seal and flag jurisdiction, you see. So the police are there for John Key's government corporation. So we have 2 corporations here operating. John Key's corporation, that I want the police to tell me who are they swearing their oath to of office. 1, Is it the Queen of England? Is it Queen Elizabeth? Is it something else? Is it the federal state of Australia? I'm suspecting that it's going through the Supreme Court here. As it stands, their federal law is active at the moment, right? That's leading back to the federal state, the United States of America, and Obama. So, is he swearing to Obama? And the United States of America, Washington, D.C., where they've gone and stuck the Australian people into with their bonds without telling them. You see, we have issues. And we see the group over there, Rangi Hau, good on you for using that flag. The Confederation flag is the most powerful bank, commercial, trading flag, sovereign in the world. It is a flag of the King of the Sea. You see, in commerce, merchant, banking, and mortgage. That's what it amounts to. Mortgages and instruments. Right? All the mortgages you see, we're checking against its conveyancing titles. If there is a fraud, then they're in legal trouble. The person who is operating the corporate business. You can very well say the iwi and Maori are alien. Corporations, trusts, Maori Trust Board, right? Maori Council, Maori, everything with Maori on it is a trademark, copyright of the Crown ownership and that creditor that they don't name in the courts. You see, we have a bone to pick with the judge here because he's not disclosing who the taxpayers' money goes to, that they collect, and the people they put in prison. Where does all that money go to? It looks like it's going back to the taxpayer, but it's going to corporations. That's who we're after as a Moai, Crown, monarch, sovereign, state, government. Okay? We're just about to take over here and put the military in the place of the government after we have billed them 1,141,900 million trillion. Okay? That figure is audited of the World Bank, which is corporation under this King of the Sea Admiralty law. You see, we have control over the King's seal. Because why? Answer. We are his contracted commercial, trading, bank, business partner. Okay? That's institute law, fixed at 1835 in Westminster Parliament. His Westminster Parliament is our authority to walk in there and put this authority in its place. Okay? No one's going to break that contract. Only us, the HAPU of Moai statue. The statue is the other memorial. You've got two memorials. I put it on Facebook. King William the Fourth in his Navy Yard, where they loaded their ships up with provisions, food, water for the journey out here to New Zealand, Devonport and Plymouth. Okay, those names are King William. Okay, that's our title on these lands. Devonport across from me, across here, that's King William's trademark. Right? He landed over there and set up Devonport from Devon, Port, Devon, in England. That's his family's land. Okay? Tudor monarch. We have our own monarch, our Wanoa, people of Tahiti, AOTEA, island is the spirit of the Moai. That's where the Moai people started from. AOTEA mountain. That's our God. Right? The Moai statue. God put us on East Island to build a face for him in earth. Why did the Queen steal him? Queen Victoria in 1868. That's where all this commercial operating in the Pacific started from. Those are our history that has been stolen. These are things I want to talk with the police. They are very important documents of our original title that hasn't been touched yet. You see, they've gone for Maori. You know why? Because they, the Crown, the government here in New Zealand, the colonial New South Wales government from Australia, which is mischievous now, to be joined together as the Commonwealth of Australia, federal state, is here in the Supreme Courts practicing their jurisdiction of Admiralty, martial, court-martial law on these lands already. Right? That's the issue we have, the legal jurisdiction over them. Right? The police has to know that because they are there to protect the citizens in this country who are ill-informed of the legitimacy of this government here in exile. It is a government, sovereign, state, corporation, right? Its own self. Now a federal image of something else, a mace or as their jurisdiction against a King William memorial. You see the difference? We have two memorials, Moai statue in London in Queen Elizabeth II Great Court and King William. Those are two most powerful instruments of legal title on these lands. Right? Moai lands, he's buried deep into the soil of the earth. He claims the earth. This is what is happening with the New World Order. They have to come up against the truth of Moai God. Okay? The earth, the face, and buried in the sea, in the earth, in the sea too, to mark God's title, absolute. Okay? So they made it commercial, made it worth value, then stole it. So we have fraud on the side of the Crown now. You're on the other side, the police is on the side of the Queen. Now, they have to tell me, a representative of the King here, who are they swearing the oath to? You see, the superintendents, the higher up commissioner of police, they don't swear an oath to anybody because their oath is old. Right? Only the new constables swear their oath. You see, so they go in the firing line, they get fired. You see, the little boys, not the big boys. The big boys are protecting their judges in the courts. I've got a bone to pick with them. The legal system here has their own club. They've got their own legal club. We have our own legal club too. Okay? We've got the HAPU on their maraes. Those are our courts. Those are our courts. All the legal documents I do are from those courts on this land. Okay? So the law here has not been favourable for the people who are the hosts. They're still aliens in occupation, okay, on these lands. So we're going to seize one of these properties on 61 Cook Street this week, right? And we're going to see what the police do. Now we'll see whose side the police is on. That's what I'm saying to you, Mike, Clement. This is a message for you. I put this video for you, and I'm sending it to you, and it's being seen by the whole world on Facebook. That's our court. That's our Admiralty Moai Superior Admiralty Court. Okay? On Facebook. Because that's our audience. That's our witnesses. It's admissible evidence in the High Court of Admiralty in London. Now, if that's not true enough, and they fail to refute any of the affidavits on Facebook, they're not there just to look at and poke fun at. No, They are real seal, king seal documents, authentic and official documents of title. Okay, what it says goes. If you don't refute it in 7 days minimum, rules of the High Court of Admiralty in London, that's where the authority comes from all over the world. It's from there, not from the King, Queen of England. It comes from a king. He drove the boat for 52 years. King William was in the Navy since he was 13. So he drafted up his commercial banking system, and then Queen Victoria took off with it. And this is what she did with it, went around screwing all the people in the world. So the police are here, 12,000 of them, representing her or something else. You see, there'll be double treason if they're swearing an oath to someone else. To Obama, you're in real legal trouble. We don't have to go to lawyers. You won't win. We are doing this in front of everybody. And they are the witness to everything that's open. There's nothing for the judge to adjudicate. There's nothing for him to referee who's in the wrong and who's not. They get to keep the money from the spoils of the public. And they control how the court runs, a private prosecution. That's what we are. Okay, that's what I'm acting as, a private prosecutor to teach others how to do it. Okay, we'll do that as soon as we get some success here with this first case with John Key. I'm expecting, Mike, I'm expecting you to help us to arrest both of them. When you see the evidence, it's out there. It's been out there for a long time. John Key has refuted, has failed to refute any of the affidavits right back to 2000 a year. Right through the years. It's all there on Facebook. You can pick one or the other, and there's too many of them for him to try and get out of. No one can get out of any of them. The judge, well, we just have the numbers, no UCC codes, no nothing. This is our law. This is how we do it as natives. Okay? We have the rule of right here, and the way the king operates. We're going under the land laws of England. Okay, straight into that, because it's up to date, right? Nowhere else. We're going straight back. The devil you know, then the devil you don't. Okay, so that's what I wanted to tell you. And so this morning I'll be putting, I'll be ringing up shortly back to Mike to try and get a meeting with him. If I can't, I'm ringing the Navy across here at Devonport, because that's the connection we have straight to England, right, to the yard there as historic, connecting our legal documents to the King. Okay, so I'll be contacting him and the Rhys Jones, Defence Chief of Defence. I'll be writing to him that he must comply with the Admiralty law, and the Navy, Air Force and Army is there for us. The Confederation is the legal landowner of this country as far as commercial law is concerned. I'm here to do the land transactions and investigation of freehold titles, crown titles and every other title. All right, I've got all those qualifications to do that. So don't underestimate what we do here. It's all up in the open. If you cannot contest any of it, then that's our evidence to the police to act, right? And if they don't, Mike, if the police constable goes there for the Doug Rickard Bell or John Key, you're assisting in as an accessory to the fraud. You get one of these documents of indictment, okay? Search and seizure. When these search and seizure warrants go out, They're stripped of everything. The land, the bank, the everything. I'm just warning you. This is the way the Pope, the Jesuits, the Queen of England, and Rothschild banks operate. They operate under this Admiralty law of the sea, of the king, right? They don't have the flag. We do. We have the king's flag, the international trading bank merchant Admiralty, court, marshal, flag of the Crown, British Crown jurisdiction. Okay? We have that. And we have our own Moai flag with the pyramids. Those are our history. I'm going to Africa to bring all those black people in with our Tahitian people to claim Moai statue that's been stolen. He's got the ropes around his head. That's how we tell. They stole. And the blisk, right, with the ropes around it. That's the evidence, you see. So the priests of the churches cannot act as God when we are. You can't have one good God and one bad God. One bad God must go. Okay? So the people will see the difference between the police, the military, and a Moai Crown Confederation. Okay, so that's what I really wanted to let you know. That we are putting the politicians, the 121 politicians, including the Governor General, Mataparai, what's his name? Mataparai. We're putting him in the box too. Jerry Mataparai. Andrews. Okay? Andrews. That's his real surname, Andrews. Not Mataparai. He borrowed that name. They've got a bad habit, these parties, of borrowing surnames. So we do a DNA test. That's our law. The law to separate the fake image of Maori from the real Moai. Okay? Don't forget, Mike, the word Maori and the word iwi doesn't belong on these lands. Okay? That's Crown. Exile, sovereign government in exile. That's what the government and John Key is in Wellington. They don't exist here. They're just up here somewhere in the wind, assuming, right? Assuming authority. The Queen's changed her role and her status and her style of title now. You see, we haven't. We still got the same Moai standing right there, rock solid, in London, in New York, in Washington DC, in Brussels, in New Zealand, in Singapore, in France. Okay? And in Chile. Those are real earth Moai statues belonging to Tahiti, us, stolen. Right? All those memorials in London that have been stolen, going back to their rightful owners. That's why you stole them, because you're holding on to property that don't belong to you. You used the Admiralty law of the sea as prize possessions, right? It's just like me going over and picking up Winston Churchill and bringing him over here and plant him in the earth here. Okay? That's what it is. That's the reality. Is that what white-skinned Europeans and British people did to our people? Okay? We don't do those sort of things in the Moai world of God, the Creator. Okay? That's why I'm doing this thing with Moai and God. That's it. In front of all of you people. Huh? Because I know if you can't tell the truth, then you lose. Right? No guns, not a fired shot or a shot fired. That's what Mohi Manuka said, not a shot fired. Right? He's left me with all his history. That's Mohi Manuka. How are the lands here from Glasgow, the titles, right? In Auckland? I got them. They're here. Right? That's why I know everything about land titles. Right? Because I'm Irish in me. Yeah? Irish came here. I didn't go to Irish to get it. They imported their blood and suck it in us without asking. Right? That's how they did it. And then they go and flick the names around draw on the papers, the documents, forge them, fraud them. That's what we got against them. You see, everything they stole under the Admiralty law, we're going to seize everything, because they broke that law. They broke God's law too. They broke both laws, right? God's law, Moai law. Okay? Truth. Tell the truth, you're right. Right? Got no problem. But tell a lie, you're gone. Just like that. Right? The law for Admiralty law, you hang on the dock just down here. So we've got a dock box. Your name goes in the dock box with the seal around, the king's seal around the outside. Bang! That's legal in the courts. In their courts. Right? In their courts. We step outside and we show them a mirror of themselves. Right? We don't go in there. We just show them what we're going to do with it outside. Okay? On our land. They've got their boat there. Right? We're over here. We're on the dry land with our flag that was given by King William on the dry land. They've got a boat flag, a paddle they can get in the sea and start paddling all the way back to England and Rome. Okay? That's what I'm saying to you people. I think this is long enough for you, Mike. I hope it has told you something, because you're on these lands by occupation. We haven't finished it. You haven't settled the real owners, right? You've settled with people with treaty claims. Those are all illegal. They're fraud. The whole lot of it is fraud, because you've got the wrong man. Right? You've got the wrong man. Show me a title besides everything you see on Facebook about Moai title, right? Even the Moai in the earth. Have you got something that's sticking in the earth, marking the sun, God, sun on East Island at the East Cape, right? And Kingdom of Ghana, 3 points of the sun closest to the sun, marked exactly on those spots, is the title of God. Right? Now, no priest or no pope can come up with something better than that. Right? You can draw all the lines you like all over the place, but they'll never match up to that. Okay? That's why the Pope is mischievous, because he's down the bottom of the earth in hell. The north hell, the south is up. That's the correct way. The south is up to heaven, that way. Right? That's why the Americans are flying around the South Pole now, looking for the black hole. He's up here, in the east. Right? Up there. Not down the bottom where they've been spraying the skies, killing everybody. Philippines, I'll hold you to it. The Vatican and Evelyn Rothschild, you, and Elizabeth Windsor, and Adolfo Nicolas Patron, the Argentinian Pope, Black Pope, causing all these problems, causing all the death in those islands with the hurricanes, the typhoons, all those intelligent things that you've done and screwed with Tesla, right? For bad use, to try and take the world over. No, you're not going to get the world. Because you know why? The truth hurts you lot. Okay? The people wake up when they see the difference between what's happening here in New Zealand with the flag. Once this flag kicks in, that's it. Basically, that's it. That's the title that the king left with us. He didn't trust you people in England. He did not trust any of you. That's why he had a short time there. He was old. He died at 73, something like that. So he had 7 years in government, right on the time when he came here with his flag, 1835. He reigned from 1830 to 1837 as king, right? Superior. That's us. We're talking kings and Moais at the present time. So, to you, Mike, and to the Navy commander over in Devonport, Jack Steer, Rear Admiral Jack Steer, I will call you up and summons the Defence Force to arrest the Parliament of New Zealand. Arrest them. That's what I'd say. Arrest them under the King's orders. I've got King's orders. They're sealed with the King's seal. Okay? Who's arguing about that? Anybody? Anybody? Because it's in front of everybody in the world. That's our court. Our court is everybody in the world. A billion people at a time watching Facebook. It's there. The evidence is there. I'm telling you on this video that it's quite clear. Just like the Jesuit says, he's got his oath. This is our oath to Moai, God, the Creator, and to the King of the Sea, King William IV. You see, because that is the perception at the present time. That's memorial. It's solid. You can't change it. Now, anything else less than that, like a paddle or an assumption or a government sovereign in exile, is up against us, the monarch sovereign. My own Wanoa surname is sovereign monarch. It's a monarch royal family in Tahiti. Right? That's where the tikanga Moai law comes from. Moai, created from Raiatea Mountain. The Spirit Mountain is our origins. Okay? Tahiti signed that agreement with the king. Okay? Ngāpuhi, HAPU, not iwi. Okay? Not Maoris. At 1835 there was no such thing as Maori or iwi. Those came in 1840, the war time. Right? The bad war, that's not our war. Well, we fight amongst ourselves, that's domestic. But for the international to come here on Admiralty boats and start going around with their titles, sure, got titles, but we have control of those titles now because we own the land. Okay? The Confederation and the United Nations where we're going, we're taking a delegation there. I'm their legal, customary legal native advocate. Okay? Don't beat around because that's the way it is. The chief up there, Kingi Taurua, Papa Wirimu Hei, I represent them, and Sue Nikora from my land and Uepohaku, Hikurangi, Mount Hikurangi, first to see sun and well, and my own Uetaha. See the names go together with Mokonui there, right? That's the Urupa, straight to Rapanui. You see the names? They are the same family of royals where the Queen stole the royal idea from of the crown, hat on his head. That's one Desmond Wanoa standing next to down in Dunedin. See, you see the sneaky white man? He picked up that moa and took it down Dunedin, where all the Pākehā settled over here. Right? They ran there, invited themselves on the land, stuck the Moai there, okay? Stuck the Moai up, and they claimed the crown on his head. Huh? I know everything of what you've done. That's our property you're playing around with, right? You're dicing with God's law, okay? You're dicing with us on our land, which is offensive people. You see? That's simple. That's logic, and that's nothing that our ancestors wouldn't have said about you, offensive people. So we try you in your courts. You can't deny it, because we give you time to deny it. You shut your mouth, it's an admission of guilt, and we bring you straight in the contract. It's called default convictions, right? Private prosecution against you in our court. I'll tell you how much we're going to get out of you. That figure of 1,41900 million trillion is a figure spread amongst all the people who want to come and join Moai and the king, okay? Under their Admiralty law, right? Not anything else law. This is commercial, how they make money from the resources, from the people, from everything they can get their money out. These are churches. Churches, the evil, the Satan, the devil, their business is death. Okay? That's why they're killing people. They go around terrorizing people. And Netanyahu, Israel, you know, they have to have a war every 2 years. Every 2 years they've got to have a war. Why? To keep their Admiralty law alive. Right? Because that law takes precedent over every other law when you're at war and in a state of emergency, nationally and internationally. Okay? So that's what we are. We are at a state of war with this Admiralty law. Court-martial. Okay? We're court-martial. We expect the police to enforce these documents on the Prime Minister. Right? If he doesn't, he's violating Admiralty law in London. Okay? It goes straight there, they try. Right? It comes from there back here. You see what happens. They'll jump. Right? And the police have a duty of care for the citizens to know the truth. I'm telling the truth, right? It's up to you, people, to write comments that are not true, then challenge me. If you lose, you get stripped. That's why no one comes near it. Okay? That's all I want to say, Mike, Clement, and your police officers, and Peter Marshall, the Commissioner of Police. I wanted to express this quite clear, that I'm here with our Confederation of Chiefs and our documentation and our morais, our court systems, our type of law, and our type of trading business. Okay? It looks like yours. In fact, it is yours in an image. No? We're just turning the image back the other way to you, the debtors. Okay? You're all debtors until you prove you're not. Okay? That's how it works. It goes the other way too. Right? You can do the same thing to me. You can indict me. Okay? Try. See how far you get. Okay? That's a warning I'm sending out to everybody in the world, that we are here to test the corporations, the Crown, the agents of the Crown, who is their legal creditor, that the judges in the High Court, the Supreme Court, the District Courts, who are they sending the money to that they collect of the prisoners, of the convicted criminals? Who's getting that money? Okay, we're going to have an audit. I'm going to demand an audit when we shut the government down. Okay, I'm going to push this long. There's an end time to it. They can't go on forever because they've got no constitution. Okay, they've got no jurisdiction, right, of their own. They've taken the jurisdiction from a pedal from a history in London, in England, with no names to it. Right? There's absolutely no names connected to it. It's just a piece of wood or a piece of metal. Same as America, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. They've got fake jurisdiction. Right? There's no human content in it. Just a story, just assumptions, and just conveyancing instruments. They are not real titles, but mortgage over the land. When it comes to titles, Moai title overrides mortgages. I just want to say that one more time. The Moai Crown Confederation title, absolute, overrides any mortgages that we're going to seize because of the fraud being created. Okay? Thank you very much, and we'll see you later. It's a nice day today. And waiting for my little mate to get here. And so we'll send this video to Mike Clement. I'll send it to Peter Marshall, the police commissioner. He's going to retire, and wonders why, prematurely. Okay, there's a few police officers. There's a Wanoa police officer down in South Island too. He's retiring too. You see, he's been down there all the time feeding the enemy. Okay? The enemy. That's what they're calling all American people. Yeah. The silent enemy. They're calling you enemies now because they've got a federal state government that goes right across the top of the Constitution, means nothing. Right? You have no power over Admiralty law. Absolutely no power over Admiralty law. Now that's creeping into here. It's in Australia. Australia now. Just warning those Aborigines that we're here to support them. Anything that's flying the Confederation flag in Australia, you have the right, the legal right of the King of the Sea to inquire into those mortgage documents. Now there's where the money that they've got can be seized. Okay? There's a way to do it. You've got to do it properly because it can go the other way. If you do it wrong, I can see your documentations there, the rangiho, pretty good. Good luck to you for making the police go the other way. You see, the flag works. The flag works. That proves the Confederation flag is powerful. It is the most powerful flag in the world. The flag of King William IV. It's got a black seal around the red cross of King George, his father, King George III. Right? These are real titles. Right? Those are the commerce titles that came here onto these lands. I put a picture there of Devonport and New Plymouth. Here, those are King William's names to his navy yard in Devon, Port, Plymouth, in England. You see, adds up. It adds up. So that's our powerful title. Instrument. Instrument, legal instrument, over anybody else. Okay? So I'll just tell you, people in Australia, you've stolen the 93 Te Ture Whenua Act, Native Land Act. Stolen. Right? The government, the thieving New South Wales government joined, consolidated all their states into one. Commonwealth of Australia, business, corporate, outside of there, and they sold the people onto Washington DC, Obama, as bonds. Okay, we're going to seize that lot too, right? In the bill, we'll seize that lot for stealing our 93 Act. That's Westminster. That 93 Act. That's Westminster to us. That's another contract. That's another contract they busted into. Right? They're illegal. They're operating these courts illegally. Right? They're good at fraud. That's why they don't let you go in there, because they don't like people talking about Admiralty. That's why the police shut them out. Right? They shut them out because they've been told to shut them out. Right? We're going to open it up. Okay? Right from here. Thank you very much. Catch you later. And be good. And think about it. Think about Moai. Think about God. Think about everything that's right, and think about everything that's wrong. Choose which way you want to go. That crown, queen crown, or a crown that's a piece of metal, or earth crown, a head on your head, with everything, the knowledge, the everything, the history to go with it, the memorials, and truth. Okay? Truth wins in the end. It hurts, very much so. You can see it hurting now in New Zealand. All those people who are hurt on Facebook, I don't do it intentionally. I do it to make a point that your ancestors screwed our history, screwed our people of their names, changed them around, and then took the titles. Okay? The clever ones are going to get caught out. Right? Even on our land blocks. So Goldsmiths, bad. Up north, East Cape. Charlie Goldsmith married 6 times. 6 times in 2 years. That's just to show you. That's just to show you the gullibility just to get on our lands and take all the shares. They put all the shares, split them all up, because multi-ownership. We are the only ones with lots of owners on our land. See, just as well. Just as well. Because we kept it like that. Right? And kept the records. All our records are intact. That's why the government can't touch us. Right? They can touch everybody else because the other ones put the gun up and shot each other. We didn't. We didn't put up a fight. Right? We didn't do that. That's why they left us alone. That's why we have a straight run into Westminster. That's why we went straight to the judge, you know? You can't do that. You can't even call yourself a crown. You can't call yourself a crown. Why? How come we are allowed to? See? Okay? So, make your choice. Pick who is going to be beneficial to you. What we get, what we seize, goes back to the membership who joins behind Moai, all the way through the world, where this flag flies. We have to do it pretty quick, because we have another king looming in the background. Okay? Now that's down King Itodua's line, with King Edward and Geoffrey Foley. King Foley. That's the next king to take the place of the Queen. Out goes the Queen, because she's illegitimate. There's no Queen Elizabeth I. Okay? It just jumped from Queen Victoria to a Queen Elizabeth II. It was made up. Everybody knows that in the royal monarchy. Okay? It's illegal. We're gonna end it all with King Foley. Right? I've been speaking to him in Australia on Skype for over 2 hours, and he's quite happy, right? Because we're going to join up, go to Westminster, go there, and going straight into the Lords. Actually, me and him, we're going to challenge the Lords. You see, we've got two titles. A king on one side, live, very live. You'll see him on our Facebook. He's quiet, doesn't say much. Okay? Moai do all the barking, and then, you know, sit in the background and see who squeals. Who squeals, right? No more fraud, all over. Right? No more fraud, all over. Put the right king in, and you'll see the difference. No more war, no more fighting, no more poor kids in Palestine, and all this bulldozing people of the Queen and the Pope. The church, bang, out. Okay? Church, the people running it. Right? They've got arrest warrants on the Queen, the Pope, and Pope Francis, Georgie Mario Bergoglio. Okay, that's his name I've got in my head now. Right? And Adolfo Nicholas Petrov. Those two popes are the worst people on earth. And the Queen. Right? Those three and Evelyn Rothschild. Those are the most lethal, and Benjamin Netanyahu and Obama. Right? The worst people in the world are just those ones I just named. The Admiralty law, that's what they're screwing. We're going to take it off them. Right? We're going to take it off them. Watch what we can do with a king. A real king. Not a fake queen. A real king. Right? I had a good talk with him. Right? He's a monarch, I'm a monarch. Right? I'll tell you straight in the face. I'm a monarch. No matter what you say. You try and refute it. Well, everything's there on the Facebook. That's all. Yeah. Thank you very much. Catch you later. My mate's here now. We're just going to have a little yap and get things going. Bye. Bye for all you good people. And think about mine and a new world and freedom.